the drawing. Focus. How's everybody doing tonight? So, been a busy week up at Orlando Speed World for a couple days, and wife's been out of town, so I've been watching the shop inspector full time, and we've been having a good time. Although he did do a sleepover with a trainer friend of ours for a couple of nights while I was out racing. Ryan's on. Hey, Ryan. Can't say, just wanted to say hello. Polishing my little heart. I bet. Keep going, man. Keep going. Hey, Mike, how you doing? So, yeah, the shop inspector went up and had a couple of nights out. So I could go to the track and have anybody watch him here. So that worked out well. And we did really good up at the track, and I picked up a pot and pan 48-inch sheet metal brake last week. That worked out really great, and had a little accident, but it came out okay. So we got a lot of things to cover. Hopefully, I found that we were having a Wi-Fi signal issue last week. That's why the show got cut off real quick. So hopefully now this tower's hardwired, and so everything's hardwired all the way to the Xfinity modem in the house, and it's hardwired to the building, or to the power line. So hopefully we have that all fixed up, and our speeds are a lot faster now, so we won't have any issues with it buffering and getting cut off. That was crazy. We had never, out of 116 shows, we've never had that issue. We've had some other issues with not getting it to work right, and sound and buffering, but we never had a problem where we just got knocked off. See, Ron's there. Hey, Ron. I am new to the group. Enjoy it all based on last few. Awesome. Appreciate it. So for any of you guys that are new, Ron included, the thing I'm trying to create here is just a bench racing deal. I mean, sure, I'm going to try to come up with some stuff to talk about, some tech stuff. You can go back through the last 116 shows, and there's stuff dropped in every one of them. And so we're just trying to make it so that, you guys can learn some of the mistakes or pitfalls that I learned over the years, how I've corrected them. Plus, I want to hear from you guys. If you guys have questions of anything, don't worry about, stopping me or anything like that. Just throw it up on the chat, and we'll get to it, and make a conversation about it. So really want it to be both ways. I just don't want it to be all me just talking like a normal podcast. I want the community to be involved in this. And in fact, Steven a while back sent me a bunch of pictures of his Super 7 project that he built, and we autocrossed together at PBIR before it closed. And he sent me a bunch of pictures, and I went ahead and made a little video to show everybody, his work. He didn't have a YouTube channel. He's just a watcher. And so I was able to make a little video of all the pictures all the work that he did on his car, and was able to present it to everybody on the show. So, trying to think of what happened last week. It all kind of goes to a blur. So, as you guys know, I did a motor swap in my buddy Scott's Olnick. It's a C60, 1976, I believe, C60 race car hauler, vintage race car hauler. Olnick is the company that made the boxes. So they were like the first ones to actually make an enclosure that you could store your race car in. Up until the late 60s, early 70s, you either had a chaparral trailer. That was the big drag race car trailer. If you could afford one, they were very expensive. Or you could take your pickup, your C30 or F350 or bigger truck, and take it to this Olnick truck shop up in Michigan, and they made these enclosures to go on the back of your truck. They'd extend the frame, and the wood was like a bowling alley, all hardwood, but it was made as a big ramp. So you would just winch your car up into the back of the truck, and then you could go to the track and have an enclosed vehicle to haul your car in. So it kept it out of the weather and stuff like that. So let me see if I can come up with a picture here. Let's see what this picture is. That's not a good one. Let me see. There's got to be a good one in here. Sorry about that. I wasn't prepared for this one. So let me go back. This is probably the best picture I have. So here's the truck, C60, a 2.5 ton truck. Had a 266. Yeah, Dave. Ryan's kind of got his truck hiding until SEMA, because they're doing it for SEMA display. So I'm sure as soon as Ryan gets it to SEMA, we can put a picture thing. If he sends me all the pictures, I can put a little slideshow together for him. Might be good for his friend / customer that he built the truck for, and then we get to all see it too. It's truly a work of art. So anyway, on Scott's truck, this had a 366 big block Chevy with a Fuller 5-speed behind it. I put an 8.1 with an Allison in it. Well, it's at the body shop right now getting the door frames and stuff on the cab are all rotted out, so he's getting a lot of body work done to it. And the guy who was telling me, because I had to move it from the shop that it was at, and it's not 100% like road tested and ironed out like I normally would when I do a job like that. Hey Rick, how you doing? Dave. So normally when I get a project done, I like to drive it, 50 miles, 100 miles, depending on how much work was done, to make sure all the leaks and rattles and tuning is all done right. So we didn't have an opportunity to do this. I've driven it. I've probably driven it about 15 miles now, but it's not all dialed in. So the shifter that I purchased for a box truck with an Allison transmission isn't exactly the same shift positions as this transmission is. So I got to work on the length of the lever on the transmission because it doesn't have all the spots. So the body shop guy calls me and says, "Hey man, this thing won't go in the park. I hit one of the doors on the building. It needed to be replaced because of rust anyway." So I said, "All right, no problem. I got to go out and buy this pot and pan brake, and I'll come out and adjust the transmission so the park definitely works, and I'm not going to worry about first, second, third in the transmission. So I can't get all of it." So anyway, I went out there. I took tire chocks with me. I normally am very cautious about stuff like that. I kind of was just in a hurry to get the linkage adjusted. Slid under there, was making adjustments, saw it was out, and I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't chock the wheels, although it was sitting on level concrete. But I popped it out of park, and it rolled onto my foot. Didn't roll over my foot. It just used my foot as a parking stop. So that was quite an adventure. Obviously, I freaked out pretty bad because I thought, here it is, my foot's done. It's crushed, whatever. And anyway, Jason, the body guy, did all he could, and he finally was able to get a pry bar and roll the truck enough that I could get my foot out from under it. And so that was my Wednesday. Then I had to I went to walk-in clinic just to get an X-ray, and everything was fine. And believe it or not, I put some ice on it, and good as new. I walked on it all day Thursday, and of course Friday and Saturday we were at the racetrack. So it was more of a panic and freak out than it was of any injury or anything like that. So thank God for that. That was something when it rolled, I wasn't too sure about that. I freaked. But anyway, so that was my So I did pick up this pot and pan brake. Let me get you a picture of that, which is going to be really great to have in the shop. So here's the 48-inch pot and pan brake. Looking at it, I don't think the fingers have ever been removed out of the thing. The edge is straight. Yeah, Dave, I was lucky. You do not know how lucky. But anyway, yeah, so this thing looks really good. All the paint in the Allen screws for the fingers. There's little fingers, wedges here. You loosen these up and you can take the fingers out so you can make a box with sides, which is going to be great for like doing fan shrouds and stuff like that. And they don't look like they've ever been out. The paint is still in the Allen head, so it should work out really well. See, Mike says I can understand that, kind of like getting my finger stuck under a V10 intake. Yes, sir, you are correct. Yeah, it's when it happens and the pressure's on, you feel it, and you have no idea what the damage is going to be like. I was envisioning a shoe full of blood and everything else, but it was none of that. Thank God. So more of a panic than it was of anything else. Actually, even when I got out from under the truck, I was able to put pressure on it. But I said, just to make sure, I'm going to go get x-rays and make sure everything was cool. And it was. So even then, it wasn't even black and blue or anything. It did get a little bit of, never got black and blue, got a little bit of redness to it, but ice, and it was great. So thank you. That was awesome. Could have been way, 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 way worse. So, but yeah, so I picked up this brake and actually just sold my my little red one. If you guys remember, a couple probably 10 episodes ago, I modified my little Harbor Freight sheet metal brake so I could bend heavier gauge aluminum, which worked out well. I've made a bunch of fan shrouds with it. Hey Chuck, how you doing? So this tool is going to be way better and way more useful than the little brake was. Although the little Harbor Freight one did an awesome job. But oh yeah, Dave, yeah, the Firebird frame, yeah, that was another panic situation. Yeah, I know, and now I know exactly what you were thinking when that happened. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and build a frame for that. So I got a couple little videos. We'll go over this real quick. I think this is actually the first of it. So let me go ahead and show you this. All right, so today I'm going to go ahead and build a stand for this box and pan brake that I just picked up. I'm going to need this to build the floors and stuff for the BitHawk project, and of course it's going to make fan shrouds and stuff like that a lot easier to make. This thing's in beautiful shape, like it's hardly ever been used. So looking forward to that, but we need a stand to work with it. Yeah, so the little Harbor Freight deal was probably, I don't know, maybe 100 pounds. This thing is, I think it is 700 pounds. I had to pick it up with the engine hoist and move it around like that. So yeah, big deal. So let me show you a couple more of these. I'm working on doing a video for the channel for this. So these, obviously, like we've done in the past, you guys get sneak previews of stuff. So I had these wheels from a toolbox that were left over. So these are going to be what I'm going to use for the wheels on the brake. Obviously, with the shop that I'm in, I need everything on wheels so I can move it around. So yeah, so that's in fact there's the old Harbor Freight deal with the bend leaf extension that we made for it. So yeah, that thing has done its job. We made a bunch of parts for Dave's car when it was at the body shop, and I've made a lot of stuff for other projects, and of course I've made a bunch of fan shrouds with it. It was good for what we used it for, but the new brake is going to be so much better. So here's my little diagram. You know, I always try to make a little blueprint of what I want to build so I can see what's going on. All right, so I made up a side view. This is a side dimensions on our stand. So I've got these 5-inch casters. I got this 2x4. It's going to be the bottom rail here, and then the rest is going to be 2x2. And we're going to make this cart 52 inches overall length wide. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up a bunch of scrap that I had laying here in the shop, and we're going to get this thing built. Yeah, so that's yeah, that's going to be really nice. It's going to be 52 inches wide and 26 inches on the base. So I'm going to be able to put a big tray underneath on the bottom, so I can put all my bending dies and a bunch of other pieces that are laying around the shop. They can all go in on the bottom of the brake, give it more stability on the floor, so that when you're bending heavy stuff, you don't have to. The other brake, we'd have to stand on it to make the bends, and use a pry bar to pull the lever, because it wasn't made for doing what I was doing with it. But this one is made for bending up to 14 gauge steel, so it'll bend 060, 070 aluminum without a problem. It's got a counterbalance weight for the bend leaf, so when there's nothing on there, the bend leaf is totally balanced. So all you're doing is picking up the weight of the pressure to bend the piece that you're bending, and the weight will counteract. Where with the other one, you had to pick up all the weight and everything. So yeah, so if the way the cart is shaped, it's going to be more of the stand is going to be out the back of it, so that way when you pick up on it, it's got leverage for not trying to tip over. So I had a bunch of steel that I had in the compressor room. It was really rusty, but I used my my rotary grinder and knocked all the rust off. So let me show you the rest that I have here for the assembly. So there's a lot of the tubing that I cut up. Had to grind all the rust off because this stuff's been laying around in the shop. But now I got everything I need, and this is a mock-up of one side of the frame, and then it'll get a bottom piece with the wheels on there. So ran out of time today, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this welded up tomorrow and get this stand built. Yeah, so that's basically where I'm at with that right now. It's nice that I had all the material in stock in the shop. So one of the beauties, and I got to thank Dave and Chuck for helping me with that compressor room. But with the compressor room done now, I've got storage for all this scrap steel. Whenever I see a good deal or something, this tubing actually was given to us from Bobby at the body shop. He had a bunch of long sticks he had no use for, so he gave it to us. Of course, it had been out in the weather and stuff. It was pretty scaly, but I was able to grind it all nice, clean enough for a stand for the sheet metal brake, and it'll work out great. And like I said, we'll have a nice storage spot underneath it, and it'll be on wheels so we can move it around. And so I'll show you guys the rest of that next week. So that was that. So my buddy Mike and his dad Chris down at Ravenwood Paint and Body, they have a bunch of they're inline racers. Them and Leo with the 4200, they're all in an inliners car club where all the race cars that they have in their club are all inliners, either 4s or 6s. I don't think anybody has an 8 inline, but there are such things. But no V8s and no V6s. So anyway, I've been helping them out over the years when they go to the track, do their race pack stuff, give them tuning ideas. They like this. One of their cars has an Excel DFI on it, so I would tune that one. One of the little dragsters they have has Holley carburetors on it, so we both can work on that and make jet changes and stuff. The car we worked on this weekend has a side draft Webers on it, which I'm not that proficient with, and Mike is. He's been running these things for 20-something years. So, but I still give him, read the plugs and read the wideband sensors, and go ahead and give them suggestions for the tune-up on it. I'm by no means crew chiefing, but just helping them out, giving them an extra set of eyes and hands. And so here's the let's see, what do I want to do here? Where's the picture of the car? Well, let's go over to motor first. So here's the motor, 250 cubic inch iron block, iron head, Chevrolet straight 6 that you would see in like a 70s or even 80s Chevy pickup truck, or maybe a Nova or a Camaro, Chevelle, even an Impala if somebody ordered it that way. In the heavier trucks like the 2500s and 3500s, it would be a 292, which is a tall deck 6-cylinder. But this is a short deck, and they've been working on this car for quite a while, or this motor. They got a 69 Camaro. No, I'm sorry, a 72 or 3 Camaro with one in, and they've had this dragster with this motor in and a couple others, and they've been trying to get into the 8-second barrier. They've been sitting, I think the fastest they went before was like a 9:05 or 9:09 or 9:10 in the quarter. So they've been at this thing for a number of years. Mike said a lifetime. I don't know exactly how long, but for quite a while. But Mike has a website and a Spotify store, Mr. Hot Rod 6, and he makes like these intake manifolds, and he makes pieces to go in the intake ports to increase the velocity in the intakes, and valve covers and timing covers, all kinds of components for these engines. So this is their test bed car, and so he just put another cylinder head together, and we went to the track to see what we could do. So I guess there's 3 pictures. So yes, those were the. So that's the motor, and I didn't know that at the time. I knew that they were trying to go fast, but I didn't know what the actual situation was with how fast they were trying to go and stuff like that. This is the picture I was trying to find. So there's the dragster. So it's a Boss chassis out of Bristol, Tennessee. Very well known dragster and altered builder. It's a pretty long wheelbase car. It's actually a top dragster chassis, where normally would be a big block with maybe enough room to put like a Pro Charger in the front of it or something like that. So obviously this motor is way underpowered for the size of for the way the chassis is designed. And the reason why that is kind of important is this chassis is a hardtail, so the axle housing is built to the bolted to the rear frame rail. There's no actual suspension, but what they do is they put slip joints in the top bars and bottom bars up here in the front, so that the car can bow up in the middle. But obviously this doesn't make the power that it's designed for, so it's a little trickier. And then of course we got little tires on the back, so we don't need a big 3214 on the back. We'll just be a lot of mass to turn, and so it doesn't make sense to do that. So we run a 8-inch rim with a narrower a 10-inch tire. So anyway, so yeah, so we went up there, and Friday night, the first run, we were kind of all out of sorts. In fact, I just noticed. So on his ET card is 911. So that was the fastest the car has ever been, 911. So I just wanted to show you that. So we got up there. The first pass, we didn't get a data log on it, so we weren't able to read anything, but we went ahead and turned the car around, made a second pass, retrieved the data off of it, and the car went a 905, which was his personal best. The car's never been faster than 911, and that was like 146 miles an hour. So we looked at the data, and I saw that we could use some tuning adjustments. So Saturday morning, we came back. So Friday was a test and tune at Orlando, but Saturday was Drag Strip Riot number 8. So they do this every year right around Halloween, and it's pre-79, kind of like a fun day, test and tune. Everybody brings out their oddball old school cars, and they do flag starts and stuff. So it's just a fun time. You don't have all the modern cars and stuff out there. A lot of altereds and dragsters with small blocks and blowers on them, and big blocks with blowers, and obviously a bunch of 6-cylinders and 4-cylinders and stuff like that. So it's a really good time. I've been to a bunch of them. We usually have the Studebaker there too, even though I don't have that finished yet. But this year we just had Mike's car. So we made some jet changes in the carburetor, and we made some air pressure adjustments, and we went back out for the first run, which was a test run, and it went 898 with a 1 at 147. So again, we just now beat their old run by 1/10 of a second, which, I mean, the new cylinder head obviously is doing its job. They made some changes in the port design and stuff like that, and it's working. The motor's making more power, and the car's running. So, Rick, I think the dragster, we were looking at his sheets, I think the dragster weighs 1,600 pounds. So I think that's... Hey, Bill, how you doing? Sorry, missed the beginning. Yeah, no problem. We're just talking about the show, about the drag riot. So anyway, so we made, like I said, we made jet changes and stuff, and it picked up speed. And I went ahead and made a little video of it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. We'll go ahead. It's only 9 minutes long, so I'll go ahead and replay it. I did get dinged on the music. I'm fighting with YouTube right now. The music I downloaded from YouTube. It's supposed to be free to use, but I guess maybe it was when I downloaded it, and now it's not. I don't know. So we're I'm working with them trying to get that straightened out. I know last week's live show they dinged me for having the background music at the Mirror Lake car show. So they are very picky about that. I didn't fight that one. I think because it wasn't original music, I think it'd been okay, but I just figured whatever. I didn't care. But this video, it did kind of tick me off that I used the proper music and didn't get it. So I will have to mute some of that. But let me get that queued up here. Okay. So for your watching pleasure, here's the video of all the runs we did over the weekend. So we'll have to just keep the music off until we're ready to go here. Obviously, this is on a roll bar cam, looking over the top of the car. Side video I took that. That was the first run in the 8s. Was having a little bit of problem staging. that girl there, Dave.
Bracket car.
We did any good?
Yep.
Wow.
Everybody's like, hey, you guys ran right on the dial.
There we go. We nailed it.
So it was pretty funny, that little conversation. I don't know how good it comes out, but so his little scoreboard on the back of the car, when the car went 898 with a 1, he went ahead and adjusted it from the 911 to 989. So the second pass, it went 898 once again. So everybody at the starting line thought we were dialed in, and it ran dead on the dial in. So everybody was, saying congratulations and stuff because they thought we planned that. That wasn't planned. We're running flat out. But anyway, it was funny. So on this run, we were running a blown big block alcohol front engine dragster, so there's no way we were going to be able to keep up with him. So Mike, again, was just, even though it was kind of like an eliminations, he was just basically making a test run. We were fighting a little bit wheel spin on the car, so we were messing around with air pressures and stuff like that. So we still got some more AT left in the car. See, the foot was working well on Saturday, no problem. So as you can see, well, if I could get rid of the, there you go. You can see that we had nothing for that dragster. It was over a second faster than we were. So Mike just decided just to, leave when he was ready and make a good run. And that was the best run of the weekend, 897 with an 8. I didn't get the mile an hour on there, but it was the most mile an hour too, 148.3. So that was the best run of the whole weekend. Oh. So yeah, so that was then some pictures of the engine and stuff. So I didn't know at the time when we were at the track, but Mike told me afterwards that out of all the 6 cylinders with iron heads that are out racing without a welded head, in comp eliminator and stuff like that, those guys will go ahead and weld up the ports and change the dimensions of the ports and stuff like that. This is a stock casting. It's ported. Don't get me wrong, it is ported head, but the ports haven't been moved. What they do, and Mike has one of those heads where they actually move the ports up a ½ inch in the head, and they weld the floor, and they do all these modifications, which obviously they make a lot more power. But as far as a stock production head, ported in a race car, race motor, he says that is the first engine to go into the 8-second range. So basically, they're holding now the world's fastest non-welded short deck motor. So it was really cool to hear that. I didn't know that at the time when we were up at the track working on it. We actually were ready to make another pass, but we ran out of time. We had actually hung 15 pounds on the back of the car to try to see if we can get some more weight on the slicks, because we played with air pressure up and down, and we just couldn't get the probably first 20 or 30 feet. The tires would spin a couple revolutions, which is hurting ET. I mean, for the ET that we're running, 148, it should be like an 880 pass. So there's still some more stuff left in it. We just ran out of time. But yeah, we haven't played with timing or anything like that. We just set the timing at the number we picked, and it stayed there all weekend. We just basically did fuel tuning changes and tire pressure. That's all we really worked on. So great job for Mike and Chris. They worked hard on that thing, and they finally got a record that they were looking for quite a while. I see. Dave, no limp on the foot, no limp. Bill was up at the track also. Unfortunately, I didn't get any chance. He was making laps in the morning. That's when we were doing all of our adjustments on the car, so I wasn't able to get down there and help him. I watched the car go down the track once, but I didn't get to film it. And his wife's going to send me the data logs, and then I can go over that. We got the car was like a bracket car. I think Bill, you made 4 passes or 3 passes, I forget. But yeah, they were came in the morning, got it done, and they were out of there pretty early. So good for them. I would have liked to have been able to go and give them a hand a little bit, but it just didn't work out. But they're getting ready to run another drag and drive street yeet up in, I think it's in North Carolina, South Carolina. They go back and forth. So they're getting pumped up for that. So we'll go ahead and take a look at their data logs, make sure everything looks good as far as fueling and whatnot. And yeah, Dave, that was Bill's car there with the black coupe with the small block blower and wheelie bars on it. And I think the announcer even said it was a drive and drag car. So that was Bill and Dawn. They were out there working on it. So so they'll get me those data logs, and we'll get on that and make sure they're good to go. So that was back to that sheet metal brake. We were talking about that earlier. I did mention it in the video. I didn't mention it in when we were talking, but that was the other thing that I really needed a pot and pan brake. Is on the Vet Hawk, we're going to make the car is going to be a complete downforce car. So the entire bottom of the car will be completely flat and as smooth as I can make it. So I could just take flat panels and weld to the skeleton. I'm going to have to make a skeleton out of box tubing for the frame, for the floor, and then weld sheet metal to it. But I know from past race cars and stuff like that, they tend to crack at the welds as the car flexes over time. So what I want to do with mine is I'm actually fold up the sides of the floor panels so that they'll be welded at the bottom, and then there'll be a lip and welded at the top. So it'll kind of give the floor panels a lot more rigidity. And I'm going to use a little heavier gauge than what we normally use in a drag car. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue. So again, that's another reason why I needed that pot and pan brake. I know it was, I don't remember. I was going to try to get, find what we were talking about last week when we got cut off. But a gentleman came up and purchased the sheet metal brake, the old Harbor Freight unit, and we didn't wrap that up till 6:30, so that kind of burned up my time. I know we were talking about some Holly tuning, and so that was what we were going to go with on that. I did get the fan shroud. Let's see, did I wrap up the fan shroud before the show or after the show last week? Let me pull that up on the GMC Sprint. Let's see here. Where's my eye? There it is. So yeah, so I got the last fan shroud made with the old sheet metal brake. Where is it? Lost it. It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Now I gotta wait for the computer a little bit. There we go. Yes, here's the shroud that I built for that. Hang on. I forgot to turn the music off so we wouldn't get dinged from Big Brother. So here's the shroud. The last shroud was made out of the last.
All right, so somehow I missed the footage on building this fan shroud, but this is the fan shroud for the El Camino, or GMC Sprint. So I was able to get two 14-inch fans on there. Just had to put a little kick out on the ends. There's the back side. You can see the little kick outs there on the ends. So should work really good. Two 14s ought to get this thing nice and cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted up on the radiator.
So yeah, so that was the last fan shroud on that. I did get. Oh, here's it's installed in the car, and I made a. Oh, it's not in this video. But yeah, here it is in the car.
All right, so there's the radiator and the new fan shroud and fans installed. So now we're going to make a cover plate up here to hold everything in. We'll go ahead and get that made now, and then we'll be able to finish up our AC hoses. And this thing.
Let's see here. That one's just cutting up. Well, I can show you that. So here's cutting up the top radiator support. That's 065 aluminum, so it's a little thick to cut with a hand shear, but it works. Just gotta stay with it. This is being filmed with the new AI facial recognition mount with the camera on it. This is what I want to try to start doing with most of the videos, where you can follow along what I'm doing.
So now it's going to fit on like this. So now we're going to go ahead and...
So that was that. Let me cue this up because this stuff isn't edited right yet. All right, so here we go.
Now we're going to go ahead and break this 90 degree on the edge here.
This brake was not made to break that kind of aluminum, but
Okay.
with the additions we made to it, it worked pretty good. Takes a lot of effort with those little tiny handles that had on it.
There we go. A little hard with this little brake with 063 aluminum, but we got it done.
All right, let me cue this up again. All right, we don't need to look. That's just there. All right, so here's just cleaning it up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll take our deburr tool and clean all the thread, all the holes, so they got a nice smooth edge.
All right, let me fast forward through some of this. All right, so here we're getting, I just about have it finished here.
So now we're going to take our deburr tool on this edge. We're going to go ahead and clean all these edges up. Just get all these little nasty edges off, make it all nice and smooth. Whenever you sand anything, it always puts a little burr on the edge. Just makes it nice. There's no sharp edges now. So now we're going to go ahead and install it on the car. We're going to use these nice Phillips stainless screws. Have to get a screwdriver.
Let me see if I can find it installed. And the camera died there. So yeah, so it's just about got that wrapped up. Here's another video. Just me DAing it. Okay, here we go. Now I think we're gonna mount it.
Looks pretty nice now. Now we're gonna go ahead and install it.
Again, like I said, this stuff isn't edited. Hey, thanks, Dave. The camera does work pretty good. It's almost like I have somebody there filming me, which is what I was hoping for, so that I could actually move around the shop and film. Unfortunately, you see me looking back at the camera because when I turn my head, sometimes it quits following, so I'm always checking to make sure that I'm still got a green light and that it's working properly.
All right, I gotta get different Phillips.
All right, see if I got the. Yeah, so here, let me stop it. Here's the final deal.
There it is, radiator support mount. Now the radiator's solid mounted. Got our fans and everything in there. Get this out of here. There. So it's all solid mounted and everything's ready to go. Little spring tension on there holding the radiator down. Come out nice.
All right, so that was the radiator and fan shroud radiator support for the El Camino or Sprint. So I got that all done, and I'm gonna try to get that wrapped up. I got all the AC stuff under the hood done, but the switches in the dash were broken, so I had no electric out under the engine bay, and so I found the right NOS piece there, and I got that coming. So since I was babysitting the new shop inspector, I figured I'd bring him out here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on. Benj, come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. You clown. Come on. So here he is. You gotta look at the camera. Look at the camera, buddy. Come on. I know you want to. But yeah, it's all 50 pounds of him. Just turned 5 months old, and he's doing a good job. There he is. I know, buddy. I know. Okay. Back down. So yeah, so he's hanging out with me all the time now, and he's a good boy. So that's pretty much all I had tonight. It's just about 8 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and wrap up. I need to go in the house and feed him anyway, so yeah, he did get big. Yeah, he's growing like a weed. Everybody's telling me between 70 and 80 pounds by a year and a half, 2 years old. So right now he just likes to get into everything in the shop. Of course, I've got all kinds of stuff in the shop, zip ties and metal shavings and stuff, and I can't in rags. So that's a little bit of a job keeping them out of that stuff. But so anyway, Rick, I'm gonna call you about your motor. I wanted to get some more information from you. I just got kind of busy, but maybe tomorrow or Thursday or maybe the weekend or something, I'll give you a shout. And for everybody else, thanks for watching, and we'll see everybody next week. Remember, hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm. Subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody coming out and watching, and I'll see you all next week, huh? Let me cue up the music, and here we go. See ya!